The NOW conference is so special because it's the only national conference for von Willebrand disease.
It felt like sort of von Willebrand's was sort of the redheaded stepchild of hemophilia in a way. So we wanted to start this conference and have this conference so that it brought just von Willebrand's patients together.
It meets an unmet need for a community that is very hungry for knowledge, information, and connection with each other.
But this track is really unique in that it offers the von Willebrand community something that brings them together and gives them a chance to share their issues, their concerns, a lot of things that just don't get maybe brought up in other types of meetings. This one is really designed for them.
It's life-changing for folks. I've seen places where somebody has never met somebody else with von Willebrand's disease before, and it absolutely changes their entire paradigm, how they live their life, and what they plan to do in the future.
Really the agenda is we're going to have keynote speakers, and then we have breakout sessions that talk about various medical and psychosocial topics, and then we're going to have another panel discussion with physicians. So it's great because the audience can ask questions and get answers to their burning questions that they want to address directly to the physicians. Then tonight, this evening, we have dinner outside, a Western theme, and so everyone gets to enjoy the evening together. The kids are having a great program. The little kids the firemen came in and let them shoot the water, so at the really young ages. The older ages, they get to go swim at the pool. There's a big water park here, and they get to go swim and have a great time. And the teens are actually going off-site, and they're going to go to one of the big malls here, and there's game work so they can go and have fun. And part of it, they're going to actually utilize some advocacy skills they learned, and they're going to go and tell people a little bit about their bleeding disorder and give them some information.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm from Los Angeles, California. This is my daughter, Sabrina.
Hi, I'm Susan Meekum, and this is my husband, Jake, and this is our little boy, Simon.
So I'm Karen, and this is my sweetie and partner, Linda.
All three of my daughters have von Willebrand's disease. Sabrina was diagnosed at 7 years old when she had her first brain bleed. She's had 7 brain bleeds since then.
I was diagnosed 15 years ago, and it's really exciting to meet people here that also have von Willebrand's. I've never really met anyone else that had it besides my family, and I've learned a lot about my own health, and I learned things about von Willebrand's that I didn't know before. And I feel like I've been able to help people too, because a lot of younger girls don't think they can really live their life to the fullest, and I can share stories of how I've overcome those obstacles, and I've done what I wanted to do regardless of the obstacles that I've gone through.
Our daughter, when she was born, they gave her the vitamin K shot, kept bleeding for 2 weeks. It took us a long time to get a diagnosis, and so when she was 1.5 years old, she was finally diagnosed. When we found out she had type 3, we had no idea. We kind of feel isolated a little bit, especially where we live. There aren't that many people who have type 3, and so to see how many other people deal with that every day is kind of refreshing and helps us feel a little bit more comfortable about dealing with a little girl who will grow up with that for the rest of her life.
We're here from Olympia, Washington, and Linda has von Willebrand's.
I was diagnosed as a 12-year-old and I'm in my 50s, so things have changed a lot since I got diagnosed. I have 2 children with von Willebrand's, a niece, so I'm getting to gather lots of information about current research and where it's going and what the meds are in the future to take home to my whole family.
We learned so much at this conference that it's almost overwhelming at first. You hear all these things, all this new treatments that are coming out, and it gets you really excited, and so when you go home, you're able to think about that and kind of digest it, and then look it up and speak with your own doctors about it and make better plans for the future of our daughter and her diagnosis.
I think if you have von Willebrand's and you're thinking about coming to the conference, it's definitely a good idea. You meet so many people, and the conversations about things that might be kind of abnormal back home are so normal here, and you're able to really relate to everyone. And the time is now. I think now is better than ever to really learn about yourself.
One of the things that was really important to us when we started this conference was to have a partner that would really see our vision for what this conference was intended to be. CSL shared that vision from the very beginning, and we have been very, very fortunate to have a great partner as we have continued to do this conference year after year.
CSL Behring is really passionate about supporting this conference because of all the value that it brings to the community. And for us as a company, that's very important to see that these folks get this opportunity to really interact with each other and engage and learn and take these learnings back to the community.
It really has been our commitment historically to do whatever we can to bring value to the bleeding disorders community. And this is one more way that we bring value to a community who really needs our help and our support. And that's what this is all about.
The time is now.
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 The time is now.